Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, harvest 2023 has begun slowly. Alright, so harvest 2023, as I say, has begun probably about 2.5 weeks later than what it should have due to weather conditions, but what do you do? We are where we are. We've had some terrible weather over the last number of weeks. Has completely stopped us from getting any harvest done. One field is done, the field that we had all the water damage on, it's finished. So we've been kind of cutting in and out between where we had resown where there's spring barley, so it's done. And there's a start made on field number 2, which is 32 acres or something of winter barley. So it started. We'll see what it's like. Yeah, so we'll get back to the yard, tip this, and we'll go over there and just see how it's going over there. It is starting to get dark. We're walking away. We're going to walk away for a while still, until either it rains or the moisture gets too high, one or the other, because it's a flip of a coin which it could be. So yeah, if there's a little bit more footage I can get whilst walking late, we will. So it's the next morning. Walked away last night until shortly after 10. Conditions were absolutely perfect. Getting the moisture in at in around 16.5%. We were also conditions were actually that good. There was a lovely breeze, and the straw that we had, some of the straw we'd cut yesterday was fit for baling, and I was actually baling straw. Hadn't named the video at all. The pressure was on, and there just wasn't time to get a camera out or anything like that. But of course, then we got some rain, probably at 10:15 or 10:30, whatever it was, and that was the end of it. We were rained off, and that was it. So this morning we got up, we loaded up those 2 trailers that had some grain in them, not full to the top, loaded them up, and we were delivering 2 loads of grain up to the grain store, which we store some of our grain in. We're only keeping of the barley itself. We still have about, I said there's somewhere around 25 tonne of it at home, and if we keep about 40 tonne of it, that will do us initially for the first part of the winter feed, and we want about 80 tonne of wheat as well. Maybe even we might somewhere between 80 and 100 tonne of wheat, whatever the shed will hold. It might even hold 90 tonne. So yeah, everything else then we store in a grain store, and then we sell some of it and take some of it back as we need it over the winter, and it works well. So yeah, loaded up the trailers. We left 2 loads up there. It actually done a little bit of rain just as we were leaving the yard. We thought that was it for today. There was more rain forecast, but it didn't do that much, and as soon as it did, the sun has come out. We have a lovely sunny day. There's a nice breeze out, and our combine man is in the field. Says moisture is, he's tried it, moisture's around 17%, so he's cutting. Now, how long it lasts for I don't know, but we're heading back to the field now anyway with the 2 trailers, and hopefully if it lasts for a while, we might get a good hold on it, or maybe even get it cut today. Like, we have only got winter bar, it's mostly winter wheat. We only have in a region of 45 acres roughly of winter barley, so that's all we have to cut for the minute. So yeah, should get that wiped out today if it can stay dry. We will get it wiped out today if it stays dry, so we'll just have to see. So heading back to the field, and when we get there we'll put the camera on and see how it's going on or what's happening. Alright, we've got to the field, we've hitched off the trailer, and amazingly the sun's out, there's a lovely breeze, and we've got 2 combines working. So we'll see. Some nasty looking clouds off in the distance in a few different places, but we're cutting. That's all I can say at the minute. We'll just have to see what it does. So we're going to go get some more trailers, and yeah, hopefully we can get this wiped out today. The plan, cutting is continuing, but I'm continuing baling as well, because the straw is absolutely fit and ready to rock. So yeah, just pressure's on. I'll try and bale as much as I can. Clouds are coming in. I think there's rain coming, looking at the radar, so it's a matter of getting as much done as we can now before it just lets down a big slap of rain. So we'll see. We'll keep at it anyway. Well, there it is. Knew it was coming, but you're just always hoping that it might just pass you by. That's the end of that for today. Pity. Great order. Straw was absolutely perfect for baling. Perfect. Bone dry. But anyway, that's it. following day. The good news is the winter barley is all finished. Got it all finished last night. After that shower of rain, the sun came out, dried up, and we got it finished off, which is great. So this morning, you seen, we just have finished filling up a bit of barley into Air Trail, and we're en route up with 2 loads of barley to drop them off again in the grain store again, because yeah, we want to get rid of it out of the yard as quick as possible, because the wheat is basically, it's ready to go, it's ready to cut. So the next opportunity, next dry chance that we have, the combine will be back in the field cutting wheat. So the harvest at this stage looks like it's just going to roll from one crop into the other as according as the weather is fit. So yeah, it's dropping off now, probably somewhere between 30, should be somewhere around 32, 34 ton, I'd say, up, and should have around 65 ton up here then, and we have more to put up as well. So yeah, barley itself, don't know what it yielded yet. No, it's not, they're certainly not going to break any records, because there is a carpet of barley heads on the ground that have fallen off. I'd say 50% has fallen off. So it's gonna, I'd say it'll do somewhere around, I'd say it'll average somewhere around 2.5 tons an acre. Just rubbish. But what do you do? Should have been cut 2 weeks ago. Weather didn't play ball. We are where we are. It's one of those years. It was wet getting it in. It was wet for the first 4 or 5 months that it was in the ground. Then it got a drought in the springtime, early part of the summer, when it needed sun, or it needed rain, sorry. All it got was heat and sun and a lack of rain. Everything dried up at that stage. Then when it needed sun now over the last 6 weeks to fill the head and to make a job of it, all it got was rain. So the whole way through it got exactly the opposite of what it needed. So it is what it is. So yeah, almost there. That's just in front of me at the 6930, and he's a load on our silage trailer, and yeah, get it tipped off and get rid of this. Just on a side note, we're just going up the road. It's the first time the 2 tractors have actually been together. I always maintained that the 6.0 was slightly slower than the 6930 on the road, but it's actually not. It's actually the opposite. It's actually slightly faster, which I'm very surprised at, because the 6930 is no slouch on the road. It does about 67k. It might even do 68k when you're behind it. And this tractor here only ever does 55 on the clock, but maybe it's the tyres it's on. The tyres are larger tyres, and maybe they're just propelling it on a little bit faster. They're the 85 profile. It's just they're a tall tyre. So yeah, surprised at that, but yeah, pleasantly surprised. So yeah, nearly there. We'll be here in a couple of minutes. We'll pull on the weighbridge, get weighed, and get tipped, and get back home. Alright, so we're home now a number of hours. We've got those 2 loads sorted out, and basically shortly after we get home the rain started. It's probably raining now, it's probably about 4 hours. It just started to come down and it's been raining heavily ever since. So no let up just with the weather yet anyway. And I think it's unsettling this for the next couple of days, which is a bit annoying because as I said, our wheat now is ready to cut because the barley is so late. We're going to get straight into the wheat, and we have probably around 60 acres of wheat to cut. So yeah, good bit of wheat to cut, and the sooner it dries up, sooner we can get going with that. Barley, what have we left? Trailer over on the 6.9 there at the minute, and it is full of barley, plus we have this shed is basically full as well. So we'll fill this mid-trailer again out of this barley, and we'll drop them 2 loads up and we'll see what's left. I want about 40 tonne left here to go with the 20. There's about 25 tonne from last year, the other side of the wall still there, so that should be enough barley then. We'll be able to take, if we need 20 tonne back down the road sometime after Christmas to continue the feeding, or 30 tonne, we can take it down, it'll be no issue. And the wheat then, whenever it's cut, it shall be going in here behind me. I'm going to put 80-90 tonne of wheat in here, so yeah, it'll be treated, put in there, and then that'll be us sorted for our own feeds for the winter. And then the excess, whatever tonnage is left, we will send it to the grain store as well. So we'll see how many tonnes we get up there. Yeah, weather's annoying. Weather's very annoying. The other thing we have coming up in the next week or two is our second cut silage is now just about coming ready for cutting. So that's another thing into the mix. Everything's kind of been pushed back. There's also some hay that we've about 30 acres of hay that we never got made. One field of that, it was slurried and fertilised late on. The plan with it is now we're going to mow it and it's going into the pit, so that'll get rid of about 6 acres of it. And some of the rest, if we're going to try, if we get a dry couple of days or 2 days, we'll make some haylage out of it, and we'll chance a little bit of it on in case there's a little bit of dry weather comes in August, and we might have maybe 15 acres or something like that of hay to make then in August. If not, we'll wrap it. So it's one of them years, and it's, the word I'd use is a salvage operation now for the whole thing. So anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the sub button, leave a like in the video, comment down below if you have any questions. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.